The story of Nasreddin Hodja and the pot. In a small bustling village lived a man known far and wide for his quick wit and clever tricks, Nasreddin Hodja. One day, Nasreddin found himself in need of a large pot to cook a stew for a grand feast he was planning. Without a second thought, he headed over to his neighbor's house. Nasreddin knocked on the door, and when the neighbor answered, he greeted him with a smile. "Good day, my friend. Could I borrow your large pot?" "I'm planning to make a feast," he asked with his usual friendly demeanor. The neighbor, being a kind and trusting man, happily agreed. "Of course, Hodja. Here you go. Just make sure to return it when you're done." Nasreddin took the pot with a twinkle in his eye, a hint that something amusing was already brewing in his clever mind. A few days passed, and Nasreddin returned to the neighbor's house, holding not just the large pot, but also a smaller pot nestled inside. The neighbor, puzzled by this unexpected addition, asked, "Hodja, what's this? Why is there a smaller pot inside?" With a straight face and a tone of absolute seriousness, Nasreddin replied, "Oh, didn't you know? Your pot gave birth while it was with me. This little one is its child." The neighbor, though surprised, couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of the situation. Amused and not one to question such a bizarre yet harmless event, he accepted both pots. "Well, I guess I'll take them both then. Thanks, Hodja." Time passed, and Nasreddin, feeling the need for another feast, found himself in need of the pot once more. He returned to the neighbor's house, asking if he could borrow the pot again. The neighbor, hoping for more pot children, eagerly handed it over without hesitation. "Of course, Hodja, keep it as long as you like," he said, almost giddy with anticipation of what might happen next. Days turned into weeks, and the neighbor started to grow impatient. Finally, unable to wait any longer, he visited Nasreddin's house to inquire about his pot. "Hodja, where's my pot?" "It's been a while now," the neighbor asked, his curiosity mixed with a tinge of concern. Nasreddin, with a look of deep sorrow on his face, sighed before delivering the news. "I'm afraid I have some bad news. Your pot, it's died." The neighbor was taken aback. "Died? How can a pot die?" he exclaimed, struggling to wrap his mind around the notion. But Nasreddin, ever the master of turning logic on its head, calmly replied, "Well, if a pot can give birth, surely it can die too." The neighbor stood there, shocked and speechless, realizing that Nasreddin had outwitted him once again. What began as a simple favor had turned into a lesson about greed and the absurdity of believing in the impossible. And so, the story of Nasreddin Hodja and the pot spread throughout the village, leaving everyone with a good laugh and a story to tell. It's a tale that reminds us of the cleverness that lies in humor and the joy of turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. Outro music fades in. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more funny stories from around the world. And remember, sometimes it's the unexpected twists in life that make the best stories.